Good evening, lacrosse fans, and welcome to the Toronto Rock Athletic Center here in Oakville for tonight's National Lacrosse League exhibition matchup between the visiting Calgary Roughnecks and your Toronto Rock. I'm Mike Hancock along with Brian Shanahan, and we are off and running here at the track. T.D. Erlin and Justin Anascio matched up on the opening draw. It'll be the Rock getting things started off. New look, Chris Boucher. We'll get to that in a moment as well. He's got the ball initially. Brian Cameron back on for Boucher. He swings it for Dowick. Dowick looking towards the middle. He'll shoot his bouncer. Up and over, the rebound in front. Boucher can't put it past Cam McLeod, who will get the start in the Calgary net to our left. Troy Holochuk tending goal for the Rock for the first half. Little extra as the ball is moving back up the floor. And the Rock will take over again here for their second possession of this opening minute of the opening frame. Sam Parent will swing it across. He finds Landon Sinfield. The Rock going to work on offense. Marley Angus trying to find some room. Finds Parent cutting the goal, but Cam McLeod will swallow that up for a stop. And Shanny, how are you doing?
Not too bad, Mike. I'm glad to be here. And, you know, this is a lot of big names not dressed for the Rock today. You know, Tom Schreiber, Corey Small, Desnu, a pile of guys on offense, Matthews. But these guys off to a good start, a couple of good scoring chances. The ball moved crisply.
Jesse King will swing it on for Dane Doby. Doby has some room to shoot, and Holochuk gets a piece of that. Loose ball in the corner is recovered by Elijah Gash, and he'll go for a run up the floor for the Rock.
And Doby and Dixon back with Calgary.
And Elijah Gash, a player to watch here tonight for the Toronto Rock. He'll stay and play on this shift, but he was the Rock's lone pickup in the Panther City dispersal draft. Dan Craig with it. He'll fire and hit the pipe. Loose ball battle in the corner. Gash in there in the mix along with a number of other bodies. Kicks it back out. Dan Craig's got it now. One of the veterans in the lineup on offense tonight. Over to Boucher. Boucher steps towards the middle. Craig sets that pick for him. Loose ball pickup. Craig, another save by McLeod. Dan Cameron on the loose ball, and another fresh 30 for the Rock.
Now that almost looked like a planned play, the big wide shot and a rebound. You mentioned before the game that Gash, the newcomer to the Toronto Rock, big strong guy on defense. He was throwing big picks on offense that last shift.
Turnover along the boards in the far corner, and now the Roughnecks will take it up the other way on offense and try to open the scoring here. Loose ball turned over in the middle, and the Rock and T.D. Erlin scoop it up, and we'll head back the other way. McKenna, he'll stay and play on this shift. Marley Angus will dish it off there. Robinson, his pass, juggled there for a moment. Cameron having a look. The Rock unable to get a shot there. Shot clock was at 6 before they turn the ball over, and Eli Salama will jog it up for Calgary. Doby with it for the Roughnecks. He'll find some help off the bench in McIntyre. Swung to the middle. Doby working the ball back and forth with efficiency on offense. Here's a chance. Scores! The Roughnecks on the board first, just 3:37 into the first quarter. Take a look at this replay.
And that's number 71. I don't know if I have him on my list here, but the ball did move back and forth. You see Doby putting it east to west. Comes down low, and look at the space for the big outside shot. Do you know who that is, Mike?
Austin Dukeman.
Austin Dukeman, okay.
There we go. We'll learn the Roughnecks as we're going along here this evening. A lot of bodies in camp. And when you look at things too, Shady, we talked a little bit. Here's Justin Anascio in. His shot steered away there by Holochuk. Both of these teams running huge training camps. Talking to Calgary GM Mike Board before the game just for a couple of moments. 37 bodies in camp for the Calgary Roughnecks. The Rock one up them with 38, including the injured Tom Schreiber, who presently is not a participant in Toronto Rock training camp.
Yeah, that's a lot of numbers, and you know, there's two theories. Sometimes you see teams come with a very small camp when they pretty much know what they want, but sometimes the bigger ones could be more competitive.
Absolutely. The competition has been intense so far in training camp on the Rock side for sure. We can speak from experience, firsthand experiencing watching that over the first couple of weeks here. And we'll cut down to 21 active for practice. So 25 guys really from that 38. So a lot of competition here for roster spots in training camp. Curtis Dixon swings it behind the goal. Kicked out for Doby. Doby steps to the middle. His shot just misses wide. Calgary can't come up with it, but the Rock will. And here's a chance. Gash busting up the middle. He'll dish it off for Latrell Harris, who's looking across the floor quickly. Finds a man in Cameron. His shot goes off McLeod, off the glass. Actually, they're going to say no shot there. It would have been over and back, but the Roughnecks pick up the ball at mid-floor.
And it looks like the Roughnecks pretty much have everybody playing in this game. You know, we saw Curtis Dixon a second ago, and we've already mentioned Doby a few times.
The Roughnecks will be swapping quite a few guys in first and second half. The Rock will swap some guys in and out. We'll make note of those changes when we get towards the half, but we've got our first media timeout. Take a short break here from the track and be back in a moment. Welcome back to the track. NLL preseason action, the Calgary Roughnecks and the Toronto Rock. And so far, just one goal to report here. Austin Dukeman with the lone marker here so far tonight for the Roughnecks. A whistle will stop the play. Cam McLeod has it in the Calgary crease. He'll move it up as the Roughnecks move the ball up the floor quickly. Ganton, he swings it off for McIntyre. A pass across for Doby is knocked down. Latrell Harris now will outlet the ball up the floor for Zach Kearney, who played 9 games last year for the Rock as a rookie.
And it's nothing new for the Rock, but they're showing great speed coming out of their end. They like defensive guys who can run on transition.
Sinfield makes his way to the middle of the floor and gets a great shot away that McLeod again steers away. Early on here, the Rock out shooting Calgary 6-3. Turned over in the corner. The Roughnecks will come away with it. Jack follows under all kinds of pressure. He'll just toss it up the floor, and it's picked off there at the other end by Elijah Gash. You'll see Gash loves to go. When he gets that ball, he'll cruise up the floor with the greatest of ease. A huge athlete, and just watch his physicality here tonight as well. That shot from Dowick off a body into the far corner. Still loose. Cameron's got it. Less than 10 on the shot clock, though, for the Rock. Angus is going to have to hurry. He'll dish it off for Dan Craig. Let's a shot go off McLeod, and the loose ball picked up by Dowick. It'll be a fresh 30 for the Rock. Josh Dowick now. Feed inside. Shot scores! Marley Angus will tie things up at 1 for the Rock.
And Angus just cuts hard to the net. And Gash is doing a number, throwing some big picks up here, creating a lot of interference, and Angus just comes whipping through, gets that pass, puts it in the top right corner.
Marley Angus has spent the bulk of the last couple of years on the Rocks practice roster, but when he has got his chances to get into regular season games, he's definitely made the most of them, and here tonight, like everybody else, trying to earn an active roster spot. Ball comes across the floor. Boucher roughed up a bit there. Still has it. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Sinfield makes a move to the net. Steered away there by McLeod. Loose ball picked up by Boucher. Fresh 30 for the boys in blue. Boucher with a step to the net. That one's turned aside as well. Loose ball Rock again. Landon Sinfield with it. Keep an eye on him. He's got a great touch around the net. 51 goals in Junior B this past season. A draft pick of the Rock just a couple of months ago. Loose ball at center. A whistle on the over and back. And it'll be Roughneck ball. Taylor, Doby, McIntyre. Steps, shoots. That one didn't get to the goal. It was blocked. Loose ball behind the Rock goal. Chase Chavon is the first to it. He gets squeezed by a couple of Roughnecks there. Now he's got some help from his friends. He never actually picked up the ball. The shot clock still running down. Currently still a Roughnecks possession here, and the 30-second clock will expire, and it will be Rock ball.
Yeah, just a smart play by the defense of the Rock, making sure that shot clock kept going.
Latrell Harris, a guy we're going to be talking a lot about because he missed all of last season after tearing his ACL in the PLL. But he is back, played for Team Canada, won a gold medal in September, and looks unbelievable through training camp. You got to say, he's kind of almost like the reigning NLL Defensive Player of the Year because he was never defeated last year. He didn't play.
That's right.
He didn't
That's
play.
right. Yeah, I know. He brings a lot to the team.
And with how good he is in transition as well as defensively, it is a massive pickup really for the Rock when you look at it that way because, you know, this Toronto Rock team, 15-3 last year in the regular season, top spot in the regular season. And Latrell Harris is a difference maker and the kind of guy that, you know, maybe could have been a bit of the difference in the playoffs had he played.
Yeah, you know what? They've got a lot of great guys on defense. Oh, yeah, there we see that big outside shot and a nice save by Olachuk. But yeah, having Latrell definitely helps. You know, Desnou's got some good speed, and you know Brad Cree's a great defensive player, can put in the goals too. But Latrell is just scary when you watch him around the floor.
Elijah Gash off for holding, puts Calgary on the first power play of the evening. Loose ball there, picked up by Doby. He'll bounce it back to his good friend Curtis Dixon. Doby and Dixon making a return to the Roughnecks this year. Jesse King will man the top of the power play for Calgary. Little behind the back pass to Doby, shoots, and Holowchuk is able to squeeze that against his pad in the ground and keep it out. Kearney runs it back. Any kind of pressure from Doby there to get the ball up the floor in under 8 seconds. Kearney's got it. As the Rock will just try to kill this off. Kearney's another guy that's looking to cement a spot on the active roster here in training camp after, as I said earlier, playing 9 games last season for the Rock in the regular season. 30 will expire. The Rock kills some time on the penalty to Gash, and that'll bring about a whistle and a stoppage on the floor, which means we will take another short break here from the track. Preseason action, we're tied up at 1, 4:37 to go in the first. Back in a moment. A reminder that we are about 4 weeks away from the Toronto Rock's home opener coming up on Saturday, December the 7th, when the Rock will take on the Albany Firewolves. And Albany certainly had an incredible season last year, making it all the way to the final, so that'll be a great matchup. That is Saturday, December the 7th, 7 o'clock start at Paramount Fine Food Center in Mississauga. And Shanny will be on the call on that game.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it.
Power play continues here for Calgary. About 42 seconds left in the man advantage, and that doesn't go for Doby. Looked like he had some room, but couldn't get it to go there. And they're unable to cash in on the power play.
Calgary wasn't terrible offensively last year, but they were about 10th in the league. But you got to think when you add a guy like Doby and Curtis Dix, guys like them, that's going to be a lot more goals.
Of course, the Roughnecks will probably be looking at the biggest change.
Yeah.
Being a net without Christian Del Bianco. But they've got Cam McLeod in there, who spent the previous season in Panther City as the backup there.
Yeah, it's hard to believe they've signed Doby and Dixon, and that's not the biggest news in Calgary.
Absolutely. Penalty to Gash is over. He's out on the floor, but Curtis Dixon finds the mark from the shooter and has put the Roughnecks up 2-1.
And this is what some good shooters can do. He floats this in, but he just, I don't know how. Watch when he takes this shot. He makes Holochuk move one direction, and he floats it to the other side. Oh, my gosh, yeah.
Looked like he almost kind of stopped that shot. Didn't quite follow through, and kind of almost like, not necessarily a twister, but definitely like pushed it far side as he kind of stopped a little bit short on the follow through, and definitely fooled Holochuk there a bit.
And not officially a power play goal, correct? I think he was already out of the penalty box.
Correct. Gash was out of the box, so an even strength goal there for the Roughnecks. That pass is picked off there by Eli Salama, one of the top defenders without a doubt for this Roughnecks club. Dan Taylor takes a big bump there from, I believe, Elijah Gash. Forces a turnover, and the Rock will take over, trailing 2-1 here with 3 minutes to go in the opening quarter. The Rock with some good ball movement, on this possession. Loose ball there picked up by the Roughnecks, as the Rock couldn't generate a shot after moving the ball around quite efficiently.
Well, Mike, you've sold me on Elijah Gash.
I know I talked him up quite a bit before we went on air, and then he certainly has not disappointed early on here.
His presence has been known for sure.
Hayden Dixon looking to move towards the goal, and Holochuk is able to squeeze that one and keep it out. And you see them trying to shoot low at the stick of Holochuk, it seems, a little bit here. And you got to remember that so many of these goalies obviously using the big woodies all summer long. Yeah. It's a bit of an adjustment for them, too, getting back into the swing of things here at the start of training camp using the plastic smaller sticks.
Yeah, that's got to be a huge adjustment. Like, I think pretty much every goalie who plays Canadian lacrosse uses the woody in the summer. Why not? It's a big stick.
Dukeman off for McIntyre. Swing it for Taylor. Back into the middle. Dukeman with a shot just drifted wide. Loose ball. Taylor will just swat it back down into the Rock end as the shot clock will expire, and it will be Rock ball. 1:30 to go here in the opening quarter. Josh Dowick had a look across the floor. Now he'll send it for Angus. Angus, his pass, maybe a little showtime there off the glass to Dan Craig, perhaps unintentional. Dishes it back in front, and Angus ends up getting a great scoring chance, but Cam McLeod turns it away.
Yeah, beautiful pass by Dan Craig, just like a little backhand as he was running behind the net.
Under 1 minute. Scott Fox handling the PA duties here tonight at the track. Jesse King has it with an eye on the clock. McIntyre shot, a few fakes, and he scores. A little bit of a delayed signal there from the official, but indeed that did find its way past Holochuk, and it's 3-1 Calgary.
Yeah, I think the official got faked out too as McIntyre comes across. He's got all kinds of time to fake. And the Rock went for his stick, but didn't have any chance on that.
And Asio wins that draw clean and goes in for a shot on goal that's stopped by Holochuk. Loose ball picked up by Asio again, and a great shift by the local face-off guy. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Lots of time here for Calgary to go to work. And about 20 seconds left on the game clock, so a bit of a differential, so the Rock may get one more shot here. Depending on how quick the Roughnecks go with this opportunity. King met with a check there from Jubenville. The shot clock will expire. 5.7 on the clock. The Rock will have to move it quick if they want to get a shot before the quarter expires. Here's a chance. Boucher will shoot, and that actually, I think, hit the pipe and went out of play. The score after one quarter, Calgary 3, Toronto 1. Cam McLeod, perhaps the story of that first quarter, stopping 11 of 12 in the Calgary net.
Yeah, and really early on, Toronto took about 10 shots in the first 5 minutes. I think Calgary settled into it after that.
All right, we'll take a short break here after one quarter. 3-1 Calgary leads it. Back of the track, more preseason action in a moment. Welcome back to the Toronto Rock Athletic Center in Oakville. It's NLL preseason action between the Calgary Roughnecks and the Toronto Rock. I'm Mike Hancock along with Brian Shanahan on the call here tonight. And a first quarter that saw the Calgary Roughnecks get out to a 3-1 lead. The Rock generating a lot of scoring opportunities, but were just unable to beat Cam McLeod in the Calgary goal. TD Erlin with a face-off win and a great opportunity going right up the gut and getting a shot on goal, but McLeod again continues to keep the Rock off the scoreboard here early.
Erlin very dominant on face-offs. He looks good out there again.
Dish inside, and wow, that almost went for Hayden Dixon, as I think it went post, and out. Owen Hill on the run, Eli Slama on the watch. That pass doesn't hit its intended target, but again off the glass, and a fortunate bounce ending up in the stick of Chris Boucher. Boucher for Craig. Swings it on there for Sinfield. The pass down to the crease. What a grab, what a goal! Unbelievable finish there by Josh Dowick. What a goal!
I think Dowick even surprised himself on this goal. I thought he was on too bad of an angle to be able to put this in. Look how far away he is. Puts that shot on the short side past McLeod. Nice goal behind the back.
I don't know how he caught it. And I don't know how he scored it. A little bit Garrett Billings-esque with the behind the back shot that goes short side on the goalie. A little bit of skill on display there, Shaney.
I'm telling you, it's a hard play to do. When you see guys go to that short side on that behind the back, sometimes if it hits that spot, it's tough for the goalie to save because they got to move the other way.
Hendricks, that's stopped by McLeod. The Rocks seem to have a little bit of jump in their step here after that goal from Dowick. Dukeman. Off to the far side now. Jesse King with it. He'll step towards the middle. King will wind up. That one went off hollow chuck, and the Roughnecks scoop up the loose ball for the fresh 30. Dane Doby back for Jesse King. King having a look, trying to get Doby's attention.
Doby was looking at the ref.
To the near side now. McIntyre feeds it across. Here's a chance. Hollow chuck turns that away with a shoulder stop. Loose ball recovered again by Calgary. The repossession game now swinging in favor of the Roughnecks, as we saw the Rock do this several times in the opening quarter. That pass doesn't hit anybody intended or anyone it was intended for, and Gash clearing out the Roughnecks in front of the goal. That'll be a possession call most times, and in this case it is. Calgary ball again. Dixon with a little hop towards the goal. Now he'll kick it back out. Swing it to the far side as the Roughnecks trying to restore their 2-goal lead.
That was a big pick, and the referee didn't like that. Jesse King.
Here comes Harris, having a look, trying to find some help off the bench. Didn't see anything he liked, so he's going to stop, pull it out, swing it for Sinfield. Harris will make his way to the bench. Cameron with it now. Little stutter step towards the goal. Steps in the crease, and it'll be Calgary ball. Doby with it. He'll dish it off. McIntyre's got it now. Off into the corner for Dukeman. Dukeman, Doby. Everybody getting a touch here on the Roughnecks offense. McIntyre has got it again. That pass across doesn't connect with Dukeman. Loose ball picked up by the Rock. Fired ahead for Mazuka. It looks like we're going to have an illegal substitution. Illegal substitution call against the Rock here, as they were trying to cut off that Calgary transition and just went a little bit early, and the Rock will find themselves shorthanded for the second time in the game.
Now, they didn't score in the power play the last time, but they scored shortly, just seconds after.
Rock penalty, 2 minutes for the legal substitution. Serving the penalty, number 21, Chris Bushi.
So Bushi will serve the illegal substitution penalty. Dive attempt from the back of the goal, and that one is stopped by Holochuk, and it will be Rock ball here.
Hayden Dixon looking very much like Curtis Dixon on that play.
Rock on the kill here. 13 seconds left on the shot clock. Cameron stepping to the middle. Forced to his wrong side now. Dish it off there for Dowick, who may try to generate something here late in the clock. Parent shot goes wide of the mark. And that will do it for that possession for the Rock. Calgary will take over on the power play again here. 11:03 to go in quarter number 2. The Roughnecks lead it 3-2. Shots on goal favor the Rock 15-11. But Cam McLeod has been very good in the Calgary net. Dobie creeps in, tried to send that one to the far corner, just missed. Dixon now fires a low to high pass to the far side. Everything kind of falls apart there for the Roughnecks. Loose ball picked up by Hendricks on the short man, and he'll run it ahead. Hendricks is certainly a guy to keep an eye on as well here tonight, as we saw him go out the front door last year quite a bit. He's essentially been cast into a defensive and transition role here, at least tonight. But he's going to get his looks on offense, and he scores!
And there's evidence as to why he'll get his looks on offense. Yeah, he played for the Oakville Rock in the in the summer, scored some nice goals, and last year for the Toronto Rock scored a few goals. This guy's got some talent, and it's obviously some versatility too. So when he can come out the back door and do this is not a good scoring chance, but this is a good shot. Short-handed goal, tied up.
And you can see, as a big, strong offensive guy, he is really good one-on-one, one-on-two, as he was there, and is able to create those chances. Like you said, Shanny, and there he cashed in, and we've tied things up here. The Rock and Roughnecks are even at 3 apiece with just over 10 to go here in quarter number 2. TD Erlin taking a beating off the draw, getting out of trouble. Nobody can get the ball off him, and his Rock teammates love it. 15 seconds to go on the shot clock. Dowick takes a look at it as the rest of the offense gets on the floor. Dowick now will swing it back to the near side. Dan Craig with it, shovels it off into the corner. The Rock looking to make things happen here late in the shot clock. Sinfield, though, will just hang on to it, and it looks like we're going to have a penalty and a legal substitution call coming up, as well as we are also on our timeout window here. 9:44 to go in quarter 2. We're all tied up at 3. Exhibition action, the Roughnecks and the Rock from the track. We'll be back in a moment.
Heating up now. Slider scores. Oh, what a save by Rose.
The Rock penalty on the play there as we were going to break. Turns out it was an illegal substitution going against the home side there. So Rock will find themselves shorthanded again. It was kind of a weird spot for an illegal substitution.
It was a really odd
the
play,
shot
yeah. I
clock
don't
was
know.
expiring. So take note, everyone. It's going to be called tight as the shot clock is winding down. So the Calgary Roughnecks will get another look on the power play here. And they score in tight. It's Dane Dobie finishing for the Roughnecks, and they have taken the lead and scored just 18 seconds into the man advantage.
Well, Dobie's had 3 or 4 very good scoring opportunities, and you know sooner or later they're going to go in for a guy like him. Watch him reach up and just quick stick it in. Looks like it didn't go in right away, but eventually that ball got behind Holochuk.
Assistant number 17, Chris Dixon.
That's got to be music to the ears of Calgary fans. Dobie from Dixon.
Absolutely. Great face-off battle here tonight, too, between Erlin and Anasio. They've been kind of going toe-to-toe here. That was a good team battle, I guess, there off that face-off after the ball popped out. Battle against the boards for it. Now the ball's loose on the carpet.
Oh, my.
Oh, there we go. Cleaning house. Man ball situation going on here. And the Roughnecks come up with the loose ball.
I'm actually surprised the referee let that one go.
McIntyre trying to get to the goal, but just couldn't find a way to get his stick into a scoring and shooting position. The 30 will expire, and it'll be rock ball.
Adobe wound up as if he was going to lay a slash there, but it turns out to be just a threat.
Marley Angus has a goal tonight for the Rock. Swinging far side. That pass, Sinfield couldn't quite connect on the quick stick. And the Roughnecks perhaps trying to push some transition, but the Rock doing a good job to get back and cut it off. Here's a chance, though, that misses. Pops way up in the air, and the Roughnecks will recover. Ethan Ticehurst will dish it off. The rest of the offense will change things up. On the far side, it's Tanner Cook trying to get loose, trying to fight his way towards the goal, but a little too much off-ball action.
Jesse King is ornery out there, and I guess it's Gash who is getting under his skin.
As we said off the top, keep an eye on the physicality that's brought to this game by Elijah Gash. There's a shot from Hendricks. It goes off the shoulder of Cam McLeod, up in the air. Loose ball picked up by the Roughnecks, and back they come in transition in a hurry. Inacio. Dish it for Doby and head off. Plenty of time on the shot clock. 15 ticks left on it. King with it. On for Dukeman. Dukeman now trying to step his way towards the goal. Can't do it. Now they swing it around. King with a shot. That's stopped by Holochuk. Loose ball is picked up by the Rock, and they push it the other way. McKenna having a look, finding some help off the bench. Here's a chance for Bushi, and he puts it off the shoulder of McLeod. Right back the other way. A wild pass. Misses its target, and it's picked up by Phil Mazuka. Mazuka finds Dowick. Dowick slow shot, stopped by McLeod.
It's starting to turn into a bit of a track meet back and forth.
You love to see it, and for Rock fans, they probably noticed that last year. I don't think the team pushed the ball as much as they did in previous seasons, and you'll see some of that maybe return, especially with Latrell Harris back in the lineup this year. Erlin now on the run. He is waiting for some help. He'll keep that ball safe as the Rock finish up their change. TD Erlin will head off. So will Hendricks. He fired that pass a little bit high, but it eventually got to Bushi. Loose ball in the middle. Some physicality ensues, and the Roughnecks have the ball. Hayden Dixon will send it to the other side. Cook, Doby with it now. Back for Cook. He'll shoot, and Holochuk is able to step and make the save. Harris finds Dowick. As the Rock offense gets set up here, down by a goal. Bushi floats one behind the net. Return in front. Angus misses on that opportunity. Loose ball off the end boards, picked up by the Roughnecks. Quick pass up the floor. Here's a break shot, and Holochuk steers that aside. A great opportunity for Jackson Ganton. Another shot, another save. Loose ball here picked up by the Roughnecks. They'll settle the situation this time. Plenty of time to work with on the shot clock. Curtis Dixon with it. His low rip misses the mark. Loose ball in the middle is picked up by Mazuka. Flipped ahead for Hendricks. Hendricks on the run, having a look around, making sure nobody's on his back. Hendricks will dish it off there. A little fake exchange there. Cameron with some room to shoot. Stopped by McLeod. Loose ball picked up again there by Cameron. Cameron under some pressure in the corner, trying to work his way out towards the goal. Another chance to shoot, and Cameron is stopped by McLeod. Up the floor, Ticehurst with the ball for Calgary. Ticehurst finds a man off the bench. That one's stopped by Holochuk as Tanner Cook couldn't find the back of the cage there. Jesse King has got it again. Takes a couple of cross checks there from Jubinville. Loose ball in the corner. Sorry, that was Erlin playing D down there. Looked like Jubes. Erlin's got it now.
Both these goalies have played really well, especially the last few minutes.
That shot goes astray there as Bushy's stick was knocked as he was in the shooting motion. And with 3:34 to go in the first half, we will take a short break. The Roughnecks lead the Rock 4-3 here from the track at Oakville. On the next Rock City Unplugged.
This is the start of a new season, new chapter, however you want to look at it. No, we're just going to approach this. We're going to get right to work here. This is going to be a month of trying to solidify your spot. The opportunity now is yours.
First priority is just go back to the ball, okay?
Be excited, but let's get the work here. Rock on 3, 1, 2, 3. Rock.
Welcome back to the Toronto Rock Athletic Center in Oakville. Mike Hancock along with Brian Shanahan on the call here tonight. NLL preseason action. The Roughnecks hold a 1-goal lead with about 3.5 here to go in the first half. And the Roughnecks with the ball trying to build on that lead. Dobie off for Taylor, now for Cook. McIntyre tried to shoot through some bodies. Loose in the corner. Elijah Gash has got it.
There's a call for Dixon held his sweater.
Rock will set things up with the extra attacker out there. Dan Craig has it. Pass, shot. Dowick misses. And it is going to be an over and back call against the Toronto Rock to bring the whistle, but they will go to the power play.
And this time the penalty is definitely against Calgary. Watching the corner here, fighting for the loose ball, you're going to see Curtis Dixon grab the sweater. And it was a delayed reaction from the referee, but he eventually put his arm up.
Dan Craig will man things up top for the Rock on the man advantage. Creeps in, will dish it off. Dowick swings it for Sinfield. Back up top for Craig, down to the crease. Dowick back behind the goal. Quick pass out front. Craig's shot is blocked. Just 3 seconds on the shot clock. Craig will let it go from range, and McLeod stops that. And the Roughnecks escape the Rock's first possession on the power play without giving up a goal. Jesse King has it at mid-floor for Calgary. Under 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Dobie with it. He'll be dangerous here. Hayden Dixon, shot goes off a body into the corner. The shot clock runs down to 0, and the Rock will get things set up on the power play again here, looking to strike. Dowick and Craig exchange. Down for Bushi. Quick pass up top for Dan Craig. Shot from Angus, scores! Marley Angus is money from there. His second of the night will tie things up at 4.
Yeah, this is a very nice shot by Angus, and just some ball movement to create a little bit of space for Angus. It looks like they're trying to set him up for that outside shot. And he just drifts it over McLeod's shoulder.
Looked like he may have had McLeod guessing a little bit there. It almost looked like he might have leaned the wrong way initially as the ball was coming out of his stick, and then it was kind of too late for McLeod to recover. And good news for Marley Angus. He's got his second here and is making his mark in this preseason game as we come up very close to the final minute of play in this first half. Calgary will have a number of lineup changes going into the second half. The Rock will have a few, but we'll recap those once we get through our halftime programming, which will feature some great Rock content for you to enjoy as we all get to take a little breather here at the half. That shot went off either the goaltender or the pipe, up and out of play, and it will remain Calgary ball with 51.5 seconds on the clock.
Such a dangerous player, Dixon. Man, you know, he's great at diving across the crease, got the nickname Superman, but even that outside shot when he's on the run, I don't think there's many better than him.
Quick shot there from Bushi. Doesn't go, and it'll perhaps create a bit of a quick chance here for Calgary. Doby with it. Only about a 5-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. We're going to have a whistle on the floor, which I believe will be a timeout for the Calgary Roughnecks as they will try to draw something up here for the last shot, perhaps, of the opening half.
Well, I think most of these big guns are still back in the second half, but you got to think that a guy like Curtis Dixon, who hasn't scored a goal here yet, wants one now. He's taken a few shots the last shift.
Taking another look at that Rock power play goal there. Marley Angus finding the mark. And there are some guys here tonight. They are battling for jobs without a doubt. And Marley Angus, like we said earlier, is one of those guys trying to find his way onto the active roster after being primarily a practice roster player for the Rock for the last couple of seasons. So certainly showing what he's worked on in the offseason. Cutting on the one goal, getting some time on the power play, showing that he can score in that situation too. So making the decisions tough for the coaching staff without a doubt.
You know, yeah, some people think these are just exhibition games. These are huge. These are trials for many of the guys out on the floor. So you're going to see the intensity, especially from the young guys trying to find spots on the team.
Cam McLeod remained in the goal here.
Looks like they're going to try to isolate Dixon. Maybe not.
Cook spins off his check, shoots, stopped by Holochuk. Quick pass up the floor, a little bit too far for Mazuka to reel in, and that will do it for the opening half of lacrosse. The shots on goal, 21-18 in favor of the Rock, but the score all tied up at 4 apiece. Shanny, before we take a break here at halftime, your thoughts on this first half?
Well, I'll tell you, just on the last play, I was surprised they didn't pull the goalie. I just assumed without even looking that they had pulled their goalie. But I think the Rock's got to be really happy with that half. You know, we are seeing pretty much all the big guns in Calgary playing this game, and you know, a Rock team that's missing many of their regulars, and that's no excuse, but they've got to be happy that they're tied at the half, and some young guys are making a good name for themselves and showing a great effort.
Yeah, and like you mentioned, just offensively, guys not in the lineup here tonight for the Rock. Corey Small, Tom Schreiber, Mark Matthews, just to name a few. So definitely the Rock able to generate some offense without perhaps some of their premier scorers in the lineup tonight. So coming up at halftime here, we are going to take a look at a couple of great pieces we've put together over the past year or so. One is our Sticks to Schools program in Six Nations. It's a great video featuring Dan Dawson and Cody Jamieson. And then we will also get to know a little bit about what TD Erlin did in the offseason in one of our Countdown to Camp features. So we'll let you enjoy that content. We'll take a breather here, Shanny, and then we'll be back with the second half in about less than 10 minutes, apparently.
I always tell people that I could never repay the game for everything that's given me. We want to see the game grow, and the only way we can do that is to get sticks in the hands of kids as early as possible, and then tie in where the game comes from and everything that the game can give you.
We'll do a quick little 20-minute assembly here today. We're going to touch on who we are, why we're here, and then we'll get into kind of some fun things as well. So my name is Dan Dawson from the Toronto Rock. And I'm very blessed that your school has opened the doors to us to come in here and teach the game of lacrosse. And some of you will be like, you know what? I know the game of lacrosse. I play the game of lacrosse. And that's what it's all about. And I brought one of my favorite teammates of all time who's from this area. Everyone say hi, Cody.
This is my gift, lacrosse. I'm just sharing my passion, and that's the easy part. I got the easy job of sharing what I do best, what I love to do. This game teaches you a lot. It teaches you about life, it teaches you about yourself, and it teaches you about others. This is a team sport. All those different intricacies that come with that are working together, hard work, determination. It's important to know where you come from and who you are.
So the idea is that we come into the school, we bring the equipment, and for us, like I said, it's threefold. We introduce them to the game of lacrosse, we teach them about where the game comes from, and the third part is we get them trying it. And hopefully, at some point, someone has a connection and they have a love for it from that moment on, and they want to go to the next phase of where do I sign up to play, and they continue to play.
I told me the story about how lacrosse was given to us, and it was given to the animals first. And when they played the game, it was the four-legged animals against the winged animals. So the game was given to us by our creator of the Haudenosaunee, and he gave it to us as a game for his enjoyment, for peace, for medicine. Anybody know where the bat would be? Yeah. He wasn't on the team at the start. He wasn't allowed on the team, so the bat wasn't allowed. He went to the winged animals because he is a winged animal, and he said, I'm gonna be on you guys' team. And the winged animal said, no, you're not on our team, man. All of us got feathers. All of us have feathers. You're not on our team. So the bat went to the four-legged animals team and said, I guess I'm on you guys' team. The four-legged animal said, you don't have four legs, you have wings, you fly. You're not on our team. So the bat was left without a team. The winged animals ended up letting the bat on the team, and he scored the game-winning goal. He scored the only goal in the game because of his erratic style. So I got told that story because I was never gonna be, really, really tall or really, really fast or really, really athletic. But the greatest thing about this sport is it has a place for everybody. You don't have to be, able to jump and touch the backboard and slam dunk the rim. You don't have to do that. There's a spot for everybody in lacrosse. You could be short, you could be tall, you could be fast, you could be slow. All it takes is hard work, right? All it takes is you to want to do it and you to want to succeed in lacrosse. I was just so infatuated with it. I was so, anywhere I went, I wanted to have my lacrosse stick with me. My mom would make me go to the grocery store with her. My lacrosse stick came and I was stick handling down the hallways. But that really pushed me to be better. I dreamt of in an early age of making lacrosse what I wanted to do with my life.
Hey, good job. Okay, so we'll call it a tie. But if you could take anything away from today, be a great leader, find something you love and care about, and it will take you to places you couldn't even dream of. And you also need to give yourselves a round of applause for an amazing assembly for showing us respect. Okay?
Yeah, I always just look at the kids and I just try to show, that it's possible, that it can be done. And it's cliche, but it really holds true that you don't know how far of an impact it goes until you see yourself.
Maybe not everyone can identify with it, but I think at some point there's some people in the crowd that can be like, wow, he made it as a 6th round draft pick. He made it picking up a stick when he was 11 years old. Why can't I do that? And we always talk about it doesn't always have to be sport. It could be anything that you're passionate and that you love. It will take you anywhere that you in your wildest dreams.
Whatever your passion is, that's what you should run with. That's what you should work with. So it may be art, it may be poetry, it may be music. Whatever you feel really passionate about, that's what you should go and that's what you should strive for to be the best at. So we are passionate about lacrosse. That's why we strived our best to be the best at lacrosse. But whatever you feel, whatever your heart is telling you, whatever your gift is, whatever you want to do, make sure you go jump in, okay? You know, seeing the smile on their face when they finally pick up the ball or finally catch the ball, you know, that's what's enjoyable. You know, my parents, they didn't really get to see too much of the world or much of Canada at even that. You know, we don't come from a lot of money, so we didn't go on vacations as a kid, and we didn't travel places to go check it out or anything like that. You know, lacrosse, the only reason I got to go do all this stuff is because of this, you know, this stick. So I'm just hoping to inspire somebody else that, you know, that if they want to choose this path, it's fun and it's rewarding.
Okay, Calder, if you made my day, man, you made my day. Calder comes up to you and goes, you know what? That was fun. That was fun. Man, I love hearing that. If you had fun, and you had an open mindset to just trying something new or something that maybe you tried back in the day and it reignites your love and passion for a sport, or like Cody said, anything. Find your love and passion. It'll take you anywhere you couldn't even imagine, okay?
You know, there's 350 people in the assembly. I get it. But that one kid saying that, you know, you have a connection there, and now we have something to talk about that maybe he wants to play this sport. That is really cool to me. And, you know, we may not see it till 15 years from now when we see a first overall draft pick that can say, hey, listen, I was at Cody and Dan's assembly. I knew Cody was from this community. He inspired me. And that's when you know it's like awesome.
Welcome back to the Toronto Rock Athletic Center here in Oakville. NLL preseason action at the half here as we're about to start third quarter action. Score is tied at 4, and we are going to quickly try to run through the changes here at halftime. So here we go. The Calgary Roughnecks out from the first half. Kieran McKay, Bennett Smith, Jack Follows, Griffin Hall, Jackson Ganton, Justin Inacio, Tanner Cook, Dan Taylor, and Hayden Dixon in for the second half for Calgary. Kalen Mander, Riley Isaacs, Justin Morgan, Carter Cook, Matt Abbott, Jack Posey, Matthew Gauthier, Braden Maillet, and Ben Foster. The changes for the Toronto Rock: out from the first half, Dan Craig, Luke Robinson, Josh Jubenville, and Phil Mazuka. In for the second half, Colton Armitage, Gavin Tebow, Ethan Fisher, and Brooker Muir. Nailed it, Shanny.
Did you mention the goaltending for the Toronto Rock?
I did not. Who's in net now?
Sammy
Haynes.
Yep, I thought that was going to be a change, and it looks like it is, yes.
Sammy Haynes will be in net for the Toronto Rock here in the third quarter. The Calgary Roughnecks will continue with Cam McLeod. They have told us before the game that Colby Bowman will play the fourth quarter here, and for the Toronto Rock, Dante Mancini will play the fourth quarter, but Sammy Haynes in there right now. TD Erlin wins that draw right away. And as we saw, Inacio out of the lineup, so now taking the draw is Matt Abbott, who has stepped into the lineup here in the second half for Calgary. So we'll see how that battle goes, as Erlin will go the distance tonight in the Toronto Rock lineup. Tyler Hendricks will carry the ball into the corner, up on offense. Josh Dowick waiting for a little help on the right side. Bushi a little late coming off the bench here. Just 7 seconds on the shot clock. That one goes way wide, up, out of play, and it will be Calgary ball.
Yeah, you mentioned Bushi has come to camp looking in great shape and ready to go. He's had his hand in a couple of goals here. Hasn't put one in the net yet. Couple of assists.
We saw him last season when he first made his Toronto Rock preseason debut, scoring a ton in preseason for sure, and was one of the big shooters for the Rock. But definitely this season made a commitment to his fitness, dropped about 20 pounds, and if you've had the chance to be here at the track to watch any of training camp, he has looked unbelievably quick, and we're sure to see more of that as the season goes on. Delayed penalty coming up here to the Rock, though, and Cam McLeod has made his way to the bench. Doby on the floor is the extra attacker for the Roughnecks. Pass, quick stick on the crease, they score. Calgary finishes things off the 6-on-5 play to take a 5-4 lead.
Yeah, that's a beautiful pass by Dixon. I'm not sure who got the ball to catch it, number 55. So watch, as we're going to see, Doby gives it to Dixon, sells the shot, but it becomes the pass, and Haynes has no chance. That's Braden Maye.
There you go. Braden Maye with the quick stick on the crease. It's tough sometimes in these preseason games. These guys, they get here, they warm up, they do shoot around, everything before the game, and then they have to sit for about an hour before they get to come back out on the floor and play in the second half. But Braden Maye there with a quick stick on the crease has to make him feel good, as he is just coming in cold, fresh, hot. Who knows how he's feeling, but feeling better now after scoring a goal. Another guy into the lineup here in the second half there, Ethan Fisher, just hands it off. Boucher rips one just wide. Loose ball picked up there by Cameron. Cameron shoots from the outside. That one stopped easily by Cam McLeod. Caitlin Mander dishes that as he heads off. Ben Foster moves it for McIntyre. King tries to send something towards the goal that doesn't work. Loose ball now. The Rock unable to pick it up, and we got a penalty coming up on the play. We'll see what the call is going to be here in just a moment. Some discussion.
You've got to think that somebody must have played that ball when it was in possession of the goaltender, Haynes, but I'm not sure. Maybe we'll see a replay.
Joel Furman, who is working the shot clock in the box, looks like they're signaling delay a game here on that penalty.
Oh, yeah. The defender, the Toronto Rock defender, had possession of the ball, Zach Kearney, and he got chopped by the Calgary player.
Dowick will run the top of the power play here, at least on this first opportunity in the second half. Bushi with it, swings it across. Cameron shot, stopped. Loose ball's picked up by Cameron, pass to Bushi, cutting through the middle, just out of range for him. Parent trying to turn the ball over at mid-floor, but it's not going to happen there as Riley Isaacs is able to move it along. Salama's got it now. Doby directing traffic a little bit out there. McIntyre. He'll hand it off there for Isaacs, who's stayed out on offense. Latrell Harris will quickly get it ahead for Elijah Gash. Another switch up on the look on this power play as Cameron this time will man the top. Cameron with it. Creeps in, the dish for Dowick. He'll shoot. That goes off a leg and wide. Loose ball doesn't go back over. Cameron with it. Dowick, the dish off to the crease. Boucher with a shot, stopped by McLeod. Loose ball picked up, and back the other way come the Roughnecks. In a hurry, it's Kalen Mander, but he'll slam on the brakes before he gets too far up the floor, as the Roughnecks still on the kill here for about another 23 seconds. Jesse King with the ball on the near side, 15 on the shot clock. King surveys the situation and lets that clock keep on ticking. Dixon with it now, to the middle, trying to make his way towards the net, but he ran into a sea of blue there. And the Rock forced the turnover, and will get the ball back. Ethan Fisher with it at mid-floor as the Rock will go to work in a 5-on-5 situation as the power play has expired. 10:40 to go here in the third quarter. Boucher with a step towards the net. He's held on his way towards the goal, and the Calgary Roughnecks will be shorthanded here, and the Rock will go to the power play.
Yeah, right back on the power play. As you see, Boucher tries to take it to the net, and the defender, yeah, definitely gets a couple of hands on him.
Roughnecks penalty, number 48, Justin Morgan, 2 minutes for holding. It's another Rock power play.
Looks like it's almost power play 1 here in the second half. We'll have Dowick at the top. Power play 2 in the second half. We'll have Cameron at the top. Dowick's shot is blocked. Cameron's got it. He rips one top corner. And the rookie, Brian Cameron, will tie things up here for the Rock.
Well, he's taken a few shots this game and just getting warmed up, it appears, because this one is right on target. A fortunate bounce came to his stick. He has all kinds of time to step into it. And just a nice shot, similar to Angus's, top corner.
Cameron, a draft pick of the Toronto Rock a couple of years ago at Rutgers, but remained on the Rock's draft list. And this year, personal commitments, job situations, life changed. And he was able to make a commitment to trying out for the National Lacrosse League and trying to earn a spot here for the Toronto Rock. Learning the box game on the fly here, but he's been up in Oakville for the entire month of November. Here working out at the track pretty well every day. There's a chance and a goal. Chris Boucher fights his way towards the net. He fought the ball on the way there too. And the Rock have themselves a 6-5 lead.
First lead of the game for the Toronto Rock, and yeah, Calgary's just struggling with the loose ball. I think it was Carter Cook dropped it. Boucher picks it up, dives across, and this is a nice skill play when you could dive across but put it back to the short side.
Extra conversation, extra explanation, but we're back underway here, and the Rock have a lead. And as we dip below 10 minutes left in the third quarter, we'll take a short break here from the track. The Rock up 6-5 over the Roughnecks. Back in a moment.
On the next Rock City Unplugged.
This is the start of a new season, new chapter, however you want to look at it. No, we're just going to approach this. We're going to get right to work here. This is going to be a month of trying to solidify your spot. The opportunity now is yours.
First priority is just go back to the ball, okay?
Be excited, but let's get to work here. Rock on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Rock.
Back underway here, coming out of the media timeout. Josh Dowick with the ball. He gets eaten up there in the corner. Stiff check there against the boards, forces the ball loose as Sam Parent turns it over. Kalen Mander to the middle. McIntyre turned away by Haynes. Loose ball picked up by Marley Angus. doing some work in the back end, and he'll move the ball up the floor. Angus will dish it and head off as Bushi will go to work on offense. The most recent goal scorer for the Rock. Here's a chance off the bench. Ball doesn't get through. Loose ball picked up by the Roughnecks. They'll look to transition things. Nobody home up the floor, it looks like. And that will be an easy turnover for the Rock. Bushi for Dowick. Has a look. Bushi, a little pick and roll action there. A little two-man game, as they say. The ball doesn't connect with the goal, though. Shot, that one stopped. Body's hitting the floor on the way to the goal. Cameron knocked to the ground. And it looks like we are going to have a penalty coming up, and the Rock going back to the power play again here.
Well, this has been a flurry of penalties to Calgary, this third straight penalty. This time it's Jack Posey going to the box. The Rock is 2 for 3 on the power play.
Roughnecks penalty to number 43, Jack Posey. 2 minutes for checking from behind. It's another Rock power play.
Dowick pass down low. Sinfield scores. The touch down low. And the Rock have themselves a 2-goal lead.
Well, I'm not sure how this one squeezes in, but it sure helps that Sinfield took a quick shot. You're going to see the pass that comes from Dowick to Sinfield. Just made it through that stick of the defender, and then it just somehow made it past McLeod.
And honestly, Shaney, that type of goal is exactly what I was talking about earlier when I said he's got some kind of touch around the net. Watching him in these inter-squad scrimmages that the Rock have been having, the blue and white games, if you will, he's scored a bunch, even in drills and stuff like that. He scores a lot of goals from that area on the floor and just seems to be able to sneak the ball in, and sometimes the most unlikely situations. And 51 goals at the Junior B level, got some Junior A action in with Six Nations. But here's a break for Jake Darlison, and he scores! The Rock's first round pick, 13th overall, cashes in transition.
And that is a real skillful goal. I mean, running up the floor, looks like he's got a guy right on his back, but watch this finish. He does not have much time. If he pulls that stick back, it's going to get hit. He does the only thing he can do. He brings it to his backhand and puts it in. That's a fantastic goal.
And in talking to Darlison before training camp started, he kind of said he was really an offensive player all the way up until junior, and then kind of got into that D transition role, and that's the role he's going to play at the pro level. But those younger days of being an O guy certainly enhances his ability to finish in transition, and we saw that on full display there. So a nice little storyline to follow as well in training camp if the Rock have another threat in transition potentially.
And you see that a lot in the NLL. A lot of these guys that play defense and, you know, it's pretty good finish. You'll find out that their whole minor league careers was playing offense, being the guy to score. You know, a guy like Brandon Slade, who was, you know, traded recently for the Rock. He was the same thing. He's held records for scoring in field lacrosse.
Yeah, one of Brock's finest in the Kufla world, for sure, Brandon Slade. Rock unable to make anything happen there on that possession as we're just under 7 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Brooker Muir watching Jesse King there as the Roughnecks finish up their change. Foster pauses, his pass misses. Bouncing around there, and Foster unable to pick up that ball and do anything with it as the shot clock runs down to 0, and it'll be Rock ball. Nice play there, though. Foster strips Gash, and then Gash hammers Foster to the ground.
He's knocked a few bodies down.
Looks like Gash might have been just a little bit too physical for the officials' liking there, and we'll see what the actual call is going to be, if it's going to be roughing.
I was wondering if he was going to send both guys, but I think it might just be Gash. Yeah, so here's one hit. Oh, that was a hold. So I'm going to guess that. No, he didn't. He didn't make the call till he went down. So I guess you can't hit a guy once he's down.
Fair. Excellent application of the rules there by the officials. That was pretty cut and dry, actually, after having a second and third look at it. Roughnecks going to the power play, trailing in this game now. That shot from King off a body to the near side, picked up by the future Hall of Famer, Dane Doby, to another future Hall of Famer and Curtis Dixon. Shot, that one goes off a body and wide, and here come the Rock, possibly in transition. Latrell Harris on the run, and Brooker Muir sets a very aggressive pick coming up the floor, and that'll turn the ball over. Trying to run a little interference there for Latrell Harris, who would have had a break, but just a wee bit too much. Dixon for King. They move it back and forth. King. He'll get the ball back, down to the crease, into the middle. That knockdown doesn't get there. King's got it again. Dixon will shoot, and Haynes makes the save. Loose ball's picked up there by Maye. Roughnecks with a fresh 30 to work with here on the man advantage. King will shoot. Haynes with the save. Sammy Haynes looking very solid in here. King and Siobhan getting to know each other a little bit.
And you mentioned, we talked about Siobhan before the game, that he will have a few battles. And I don't think King wanted any part of it once he dropped the gloves, but King has been pretty ornery in this game. King has been giving it just as hard as he's been taking it. And there's a couple of slashes. But I would not expect Jesse King to get in a fight with a rookie. Tough or not tough, but it sounds like Siobhan is pretty tough. All the more reason for King not to drop the gloves and get in a scrap.
So Chase Siobhan given 4 minutes for roughing here.
Well, King's in the box too. Okay.
There's the other half of it.
Yeah, I'm guessing that extra punch gave Siobhan the extra penalty. Well, that'll give them a 2-man advantage now, a 5-on-3. Or sorry, a 4-on-3.
So those first 2 minutes will cancel each other out.
Oh, okay.
They'll just be the 2 minutes up on the board for Siobhan in this case.
Okay, yeah, there's the extra body coming on the floor. He'll probably just stand at center for Calgary. Maybe not.
Shot and they score very quickly. McIntyre able to finish there on the crease. And it's a tough setup when it's 4-on-3 down there. Quick ball movement usually opens up a pretty good scoring chance pretty quick. And we saw the Roughnecks do just that and take advantage. And they get a power play marker. Let's get back on the board here.
Oh, absolutely. Like 4-on-3 in lacrosse, especially at this level, it's got to be somewhere around 80% success rate. Who put that ball in? Was that McIntyre? Mike?
Yep. Brett McIntyre with the goal there for the Roughnecks. Still figuring out the penalty situation on the floor here. Sorry, Shanny. So Elijah Gash back in the box. Serve things out. His time serve penalty. Little push there as that ball was loose. So give the Rock possession. Kearney will float it back. Armitage for Sam Parent. Starred for the Nepean Knights a couple of years ago when they won the Founders Cup, and in my opinion, maybe at least in the past 25 or 30 years, the best junior B team I've seen, those Nepean Knights from a couple of years ago.
Yeah, it's definitely turned into a hotbed of lacrosse, that Ottawa and Nepean area. Good to see them in the NLL now, too.
Absolutely. Products coming out all over the place from that Ottawa area. McIntyre. Couldn't get anything to go. He's got it back again. Kicks it up top. Shot from Maillet. That misses. Or did it? Looks like maybe it caught a
must have caught a piece.
Haynes there. And the Roughnecks will get a fresh 30 to work with. Maillet with it again. Dobie creeps in. Tries to go short side there on Haynes, but he had that locked up all the way.
Oh,
Haynes
boy.
fires a dangerous pass up there. It's picked off by Maillet. Chance for Dobie in, and Haynes says no. What a stop by Sammy Haynes. As he turns away, Dane Dobie all alone on the crease. Not too many goaltenders can say they've done that.
That's got to be a scary feeling. Look up, Dobie standing in front of you.
12 seconds on the shot clock. Dixon for Maillet. That shot blocked. Loose ball into the corner. McIntyre has it. Darlison all over him. Darlison with the strip and takes it away. What a play by the rookie. That pass reeled in by Sinfield. Talk about the Ottawa area, and I know Sinfield played for Akwesasne this past year in the Junior B Loop, but had previously played for the Gloucester Griffins as well. So more Ottawa talent.
Yeah.
Playing 5-on-5 here. Gauthier has a look, finds Maillet, but Haynes is able to make that save again. That Netherlands-themed stick doing its job as he played for the Netherlands in the recent World Box Championships. Armitage has Salama all over him, but he's able to maintain possession of the ball. That pass was looking for Armitage cutting towards the net, didn't connect. Loose ball Calgary, and here they come back the other way. Rock doing a good job getting back to cut off anything in transition. Dobie floats one that goes just wide. Latrell Harris tripped up by the carpet a little bit, but he's got it now.
Dobie's got one goal, and he's got at least 3 or 4 assists, but I'm sure he's not satisfied with the shooting he's had this game.
Could have more, and I don't know if there's too many guys that have been more clutch in their NLL careers than Dane Dobie has been. Under 1 minute to go in the third quarter here. Rock lead it 8-6. That shot didn't connect and went up and out of play, so it'll be Calgary ball here with 53.5 seconds left. Cam McLeod will move it off for Curtis Dixon, and will jog the ball up the floor for the Roughnecks, looking to close within a goal here in the final minute. Shot scores! They do just that as Curtis Dixon from way out beats Sam Haynes with a low rip. And the Roughnecks have made this a 1-goal game with just over 43 seconds left in the third quarter.
That sure was a long shot, and Curtis Dixon gets his second of the game. Watch him just step out here. Nobody's expecting it, and I don't think Haynes would have been expecting that shot. Lots of time left on the shot clock. I'm not even sure if Dixon was expecting that to go in. I think he was going for the 2-for-1.
That's a veteran shot on goal, a goal scorer's goal, whatever you want to call it. And probably a much tougher shot, like you say, to stop than one would think, being that not a lot of times guys are bombing from well outside the restraining line, regardless of what amount of time is left on the clock. But like you say, if he was going for the 2-for-1, the shot makes a lot of sense. It beats Haynes, and regardless, the Roughnecks have again closed the gap to just a goal. Dixon looking for more here in the late stages of this third quarter. He's got it. Waiting for the clock to be completely on the side of the Roughnecks here. Doby interfered with in the middle there. King with a dish. Doby stopped. An easy one for Haynes there. Quick outlet pass will find Gash. Let's see what he can do with less than 10 here. Are they going to call timeout? No, they are not. Sam Parent. He will go. His shot. A great save there by McLeod. Through 3 quarters of play, the Toronto Rock lead the Calgary Roughnecks 8-7. This has been a fantastic lacrosse game. Thanks for joining us here on the Rock's YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any Toronto Rock content, especially the next season of Rock City Unplugged that you can catch on the Rock's YouTube channel as well as TSN+. We will take a short break here on the Rock's YouTube channel, and we'll be back with more NLL preseason action from the track in just a moment.
On the next Rock City Unplugged.
This is the start of a new season, new chapter, however you want to look at it. We're just going to approach this. We're going to get right to work here. This is going to be a month of trying to solidify your spot. The opportunity now is yours.
First priority is just going back to the ball, okay?
Be excited, but let's get to work here. Rock on 3, 1, 2, 3. Rock.
Fourth quarter action underway here. NLL preseason action. The Rock and the Roughnecks, and Elijah Gash taking a rough ride there along the bench. A number of Roughnecks come together, and Gash gets in maybe an extra shot. No penalty, just a possession going the way of the Roughnecks. Now Gash and Salama exchange a few words, but Salama will head off here. And a couple of things mentioned in-house that we'll quickly touch on for the viewers at home. Of course, the Rock will be in action again next Saturday night, 1 week from tonight, when they host the Saskatchewan Rush. We'll have that game on the Rock's YouTube channel again for you to watch at home. But if you'd like to get out here to the track, you can do so. Check out TorontoRock.com for all the charity game details here, or all the charitable options that you can support here in the rest of the Rock's preseason. And also, 3-game ticket packs are on sale. 9 home games. We have 3 different 3-game packs. The True North pack, the USA Showdown pack, and of course the Rivalry pack. Great deals on those, starting at just $99 for the lowest pack. So some great deals out there to get you to Rock City this year at Paramount Fine Food Center in Mississauga.
Mike, I think we're seeing new goaltenders in both ends. Is that correct?
You are right, Shanny. In net for the Toronto Rock, Dante Mancini, who's very familiar with this arena, and unfortunately gives up a goal right away here, just a minute and 20 seconds in, but he is a member a graduate of the Oakville Junior A Buzz. So very, very familiar with this neck of the woods here and the track. Let's take another look.
That's Dukeman, who opened the scoring in this game, gets it in front of the net and has time to make a few fakes before he puts it in. Past Dante Mancini to tie up the game.
So we're all knotted up in eight with 13:40 to go in the fourth quarter. Erlin wins that draw cleanly. Darlison just shoots through and picks up that loose ball, trying to make a move to the net, shoots, and there's a save by Bowman to keep it out. Darlison generating a great chance and almost felt like a little bit of a designed play there with that flip, and Darlison catching it at full speed, running right over half and taking it right down into Calgary territory.
And that was a good shot he took. That had the far side label. Bowman made a nice save for his first big save of this quarter.
Latrell Harris running by everybody, running that out of trouble. Darlison got mixed up with the Calgary player a little bit. Some interference called, and here's Dixon with a bouncer that's stopped by Mancini. Loose on the floor. Darlison comes away with it for Toronto. McKenna will jog it up for the Rock. Gavin Tebow stepped into the Rock lineup in the second half here, an unrestricted free agent. In a battle for a roster spot for sure here in training camp. Hendricks almost picked that off. Here's a chance and a goal for Calgary as they take the lead. Reese Callies with the finish. A transition goal for the Roughnecks, and it is 9-8 Calgary.
Fourth straight goal for Calgary after Toronto had scored 4 straight in that last quarter. And as you said, a transition, odd man. Doby's turned it into a 3-on-2, and Callies fakes the big stick fake, leads that stick out, and swings around the defender to put a move on Mancini and put it in the net.
Rooker Muir out to take the draw for the Rock here. Loose ball battle. And Latrell Harris picks it up for the Rock. He'll fire it down for Bushi. Now the Rock will get things going on offense. Hendricks stripped of the ball as he tried to make a move towards the goal. Still loose on the floor. Hendricks has got it back. Hendricks will kick it out for Bushi. His low ramp will go post and in, beating Bowman, and the Rock have tied things up at 9.
Well, Hendricks played on the back end that first half, playing offense here. Loses the ball but gets it back and gives it to Bushi, who just drills an outside shot, post and in. Bowman had no chance on that one.
Big time goal from Bushi. Erlin back on to take this draw for Toronto. He wins it cleanly. And the Rock will quickly move things ahead. Zach Kearney. He's going to stay in play here. Long shot there coming from Dowick. Looks like we are going to have a reset on that one. Fresh 30 for the Rock. Kearney. Swing it to the far side. Parent gets a little help there from Dowick. Long shot low and stopped by Bowman. Bowman finds his man with the outlet pass. McIntyre. Swing it off for Doby. He's wrapped up quickly by Gash, and then Gash tossing bodies out there. Dukeman steps to the goal. His shot goes wide. It's off the back of the net. Caught up in the mesh, and it'll be a Rock ball. Muir trying to push the pace for the Rock. Dowick will slow it down now that the offense is out there. 20 on the shot clock as the Rock will start to go to work. Boucher takes a bit of a whack there. Off for Dowick. Gets that shot off quickly, though. Loose ball recovered by Toronto. Fresh 30. Into the middle. Cameron caught that pass a little bit too late. He was kind of already past the net when he had control of the ball. Shot there was labeled for that bottom left corner, but Bowman was able to come across and make the save. Some impressive stops here in the early part of the fourth quarter by Colby Bowman. Ticehurst will dish it and head off. Jesse King has got his pass into the middle for Doby, and it's going to be a crease violation called against Calgary. But that
oh
was
my
pretty.
gosh, he's got
That
such
was
a good
pretty.
first step that he got away from his man and got open for a second. That's all he needed, but fortunately for Toronto, he stepped in the crease.
Sam Parent now will find Sinfield. Shoots from his offside there. Salama got cleaned out. And there's a high stick. Looks like against Boucher, Salama not too happy, and he may have cause. But in this case, he's going to be the one going to the box, and the Rock will be going to the power play in this 9-9 game. Short break coming up. No, we're going to take a look at a replay, Shanny.
Yeah, and this is the play that we talked about, Doby. You know, he's covered by his man, and he just slips away for a second, gets the pass, but steps in the crease.
All right, we are going to take a short break now. 9-9, the Rock going to the power play when we come back. Back at the track here, the Rock going to the power play. Josh Dowick again, as we've seen all second half long, steering the ship from the top. Bouncer there as Cameron cut through the middle, looking for his second of the game, but he was turned away there from Bowman. He's been good. He has been good here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, he's let in that one outside shot from Boucher, which was an excellent shot, but other than that, he seems to just find a way to get in front of those shots.
Mancini's got it. Shot clock expires. The Rock going back to the power play here with Muir bringing the ball up. Tried a little hidden ball action there. Dowick had it. Cameron creeping in, shoots and scores. Finding the marking. You can see as these games go on and practices go on, Brian Cameron is taking to the box game quite well.
Well, definitely you can see he's got one strength is his hard shot, his outside shooting. And this one, like I felt even watching it there, that it was going to the far side, and somehow that goes in the short side. I think Colby Bowman guessed the same way I was. That's the third power play goal for Toronto.
So it's Brian Cameron putting the Rock ahead now 10-9. Just over 8 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Erlin with it. He'll pause. And a bit of a lazy bouncer across the floor. Lazy was the ball, not TD. Not TD. That pass doesn't connect. Sam Parent had trouble handling. It caused the loose ball there, and Calgary now will come back the other way. Reese Callies with it. He's got a second half transition goal for the Roughnecks. Dixon will just jog down low. Surveying, finds Doby, bouncer, finds its way through Mancini's stick somehow, and we're all tied up again.
Was that Doby who shot that?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, I was going to say if it was anybody else, I was about to say it was a bad goal. But when it's Doby, as you were saying earlier on, scorers just find a way. It's just such a quick release, and Doby's had a career over 500 goals where he can find weak spots.
He's so smart. He's so clutch. He may play forever.
Yeah.
He is so good. And, I can remember watching him back in his Elora Junior B days before he went out west to play for Burnaby and, has spent, the majority of his career out west after he left Elora. His early days in Junior B and had success right away out west, and always maybe undersized, but his spirit, work ethic, whatever you want to say it, his clutch gene is huge and makes up for anything he lacks in size.
Well, he's won 2 NLL championships, and as you said earlier, like sure thing Hall of Fame.
King will shoot. Mancini stops that. Lost it in his feet for a second, but he's got it now. Looks up the floor, lobs one ahead. Kearney reels that one in.
Odd man.
Kearney, now he's got some room to go to the net, shoots and scores! Zach Kearney for the Rock, and they're up 11-10.
Well, it was a big high lob pass by Mancini, who's getting some congrats from his teammates now for getting that ball up the floor. But I think when Kearney looked around, he realized, yes, I've got a 4-on-3, and he has a few options here, and he decides just to beat his man. And that's a pick. It's a nice pick by Hendricks to help him on the offense.
Zach Kearney, he's so smart. He's so calm under pressure. He works so hard out there. A real find for the Rock in last year's NLL draft that just, he does all those little things that just keep him in the lineup game after game, and right there was one of those where identified a situation, just went to the net and scored. We've got a delayed penalty coming up against the Rock. Bowman to the bench. Extra attacker out on the floor for Calgary, who trail it by a goal here with just over 6 minutes to play. King now steps inside. We got some illegal contact in terms of, I think, an illegal pick.
I think, an illegal pick by Doby in there.
And the Rock, we'll see who's heading off here. Looks like it'll be a hold.
T.D. Erlin, I believe. Yep.
The man at the dot will be the man in the box on this one, as T.D. Erlin will head off to serve a deuce for the hold. An important power play here in this preseason game for the Roughnecks, trailing by a goal. McIntyre. His shot finds its way by Mancini. And surprise, surprise, Shanny, we are all tied up again.
I believe that's a hat-trick goal for McIntyre, and they just moved the ball around, set up the play to get him a nice high shot. I think his other goals have been scored by the crease, but the Rock defenders are trapped down low. Kearney tries to get up, but it's too late. McIntyre has time to wind up into that shot.
Assistant number 44, Dane Doby, and number 17, Curtis Dixon.
And I don't have the official stats in here, but Doby's got at least 5 assists, plus a couple of goals.
You can definitely check out TorontoRock.com either later tonight or first thing tomorrow morning for the full scoring summary. We'll have that up there for fans to take a look at if you want to drill down on the stats a little bit more. Oh,
nice.
An absolutely pretty finish there as Ethan Ticehurst makes good on a little give and go off the bench with guess who, and the Roughnecks have taken a 12-11 lead.
And, you know, everybody talks about how fast Dobie is coming from the bench, and he is, but we're not used to this right back. Like, the defenders, the goalies, nobody's expecting Dobie. 9 out of 10 times, Dobie's taking that ball to the net, taking a shot, maybe diving across, but he fools everybody with that return pass for an easy goal.
And that's why I say, Shanny, he may play forever, because every year he comes out here and it's almost like he gets better, or he does things that are just, you know,
no, he
crazy
is such a smart player. I mean, he's got the talent, obvious, but so smart.
So the Roughnecks suddenly find themselves up 12-11 in this preseason lacrosse game. Another pass across. This time Mancini seemed to be a little bit more wise to it. Sliding across to make the save and slamming that door on the quick stick. Maillet picks that one up and gets himself out of trouble. He'll head off just to take a breather, I think, after that battle. Dixon, little bump in there, looks inside, nothing open. King, quick pass across, and Mancini got across, I think, to keep that one out. Another penalty coming up here to the Rock. Just over 4 minutes to go. Calgary will head to the power play if they're not successful here in this 6-on-5 opportunity with Bowman on the bench. Shot, Mancini steps out to make that save. The Rock pick it up. And it will be another Calgary penalty here with just 3:59. Sorry, Calgary power play here with 3:59 to go in the fourth quarter.
Now what's it got to be like for young Mancini here, playing his first NLL game, and he's getting shots on him for Dobie, Dixon, King.
Don't forget Cook.
Yes,
they do. This Calgary team does have a ton of weapons and an extremely experienced coaching staff. Guys like Josh Sanderson, Troy Cordingley, and Phil Sanderson on the bench for the Roughnecks.
Yeah, those coaches you just mentioned know what it takes to win. All of them have won championships as players.
And all won championships as either a coach or player with the Rock.
With the Rock, that's right.
All right, with 3:59 to go in the fourth quarter, I think we're going to take our final break here, and we will be back in a moment to see how this one turns out at the track.
Heating up now. Schreiber scores. Oh, what a save by Rose.
On the next Rock City Unplugged.
This is the start of a new season, new chapter, however you want to look at it. No, we're just going to approach this. We're going to get right to work here. This is going to be a month of trying to solidify your spot. The opportunity now is yours.
First priority is just going back to the ball, okay?
Be excited, but let's get to work here. Rock on 3, 1, 2, 3. Rock.
Back at the track, and as you may be able to hear in the background, a little Sweet Caroline, and we've got the lights on the phones. A little sing-along here in the final media timeout in the fourth quarter. A little taste of Rock City, if you will. Rock fans getting loud here, and Dixon just floats one to the top corner, and the power play strikes 12 seconds in.
Yeah, not much different from one of his earlier goals where he's able to make the goalie lean the wrong way. And it's not a hard shot, but he just sells it as if he's going to go to that top left, and he puts it the top right. As we've said a few times, a goal scores goal.
As we say, kids, kids, kids. Watch that, watch that, watch that. 3:47 remains on the clock here in the fourth quarter. The Calgary Roughnecks now up 13-11. A little push on the back there is going to give the Rock the ball.
Well, the Rock hasn't played much offense of late.
Eli Salama takes another hit and gets dumped there and didn't like it. Crowd comes to life here at the track, trying to get the Rock back into this one, down by 2. Dawick will move it across. Cameron looking for another one, and that one doesn't go. Missed the net, up and out of play. It'll be a Calgary ball.
Yeah, Bowman has played well, but the Rock has not tested him the last 5 minutes.
Maillet swings it on for King. King's watched there by Harris. Muir quickly out on King. Dixon's got it. Low shot. Low to high, sorry. That one missed the net, though. Maillet just leaves that one there. The 30 will expire, and the Rock will take over as Hendricks will jog it ahead for the Rock, looking for one to get within one with just over 2.5 to go. Hendricks steps to the middle. His shot stopped by Bowman.
And I know it's just an exhibition game, but I'm curious to see whether the Rock is going to pull Mancini the next time they get the ball.
It's a long run here to the bench for Mancini. Inside, and the Roughnecks score again. This time it's Foster after the nice dish for McIntyre. And the Roughnecks go up 14-11, and they may have put this one away with that one.
Yeah, I think that may have sealed the deal. And good work by Foster inside, throws a hard pick and turns and gets the ball, and he takes a hit after he puts that in. Doesn't hurt as much when you score.
Erlin wins this draw. Harris has got it. We'll see what kind of urgency the Rock attack with here. Siobhan. He'll play a little offense here. So will Darlison, Angus. Most of the Rock D guys, it looks like, are out here. Siobhan with a little push from behind. Not much chatter after that one. The Roughnecks will just take over. Dixon, little stutter step there over the restraining line. Kick it out for Dane Doby. Less than 90 seconds to go in the fourth quarter here. Dixon swinging across for King. Is over the shoulder shot will be stopped there by Mancini. Muir will run it up quickly. His shot went off an ankle into the corner, but Muir was first to it. Battle along the boards now. The clock keeps on ticking. We're under a minute to go now. Rock down by 3, and I think it's safe to say that the clock moving in this fashion is not favorable for Toronto here. Preseason action, of course, continues here next Saturday night at the track when the Rock welcome the Saskatchewan Rush. And a couple of former Toronto Rock familiar faces will be here at the track. Zach Mans and Adam Jay. Likely see action back in a familiar spot. Pass inside. Foster can't reel it in. Shot clock will expire. Gets a late shot away. That rolls wide. 13 seconds left in this one. The shots are even at 41 apiece. Unfortunately for the Rock, the scoreboard is not even, nor is it in their favor, as this one looks like it is going to wrap up 14-11 here in favor of the Calgary Roughnecks. A nice, tidy preseason win for Calgary over the Toronto Rock, who held the lead in the later part of this ball game, but were not able to hang on to things and end up falling again by a score of 14-11. 42-41 end up being the shots on goal in favor of the Rock at the end of the day here. But Shanny, some reflections here on this game on either side of the ball.
Well, you know what? First of all, I say that the Rock can't be really displeased with this game. They played a good game. It was, if not for a 4-goal late run by Calgary. And, you had Dane Doby and Curtis Dixon. If you thought they were going to have an impact in this game, you were right. They looked good, and especially when they needed them late in the game. So it's an exhibition game. You want guys to see what they can do, and we saw a lot of that from some Rock players. You mentioned Marley Angus had a couple of goals, Brian Cameron a couple of goals. So I think there were some positive things. I'm sure both teams have come out of this game feeling positive about a lot of things.
Yeah, and I think on the goaltending side for the Rock, Troy Holochuk did his part. Sammy Haynes, I thought, played a really great actual third quarter. And Dante Mancini kind of had a little bit of a tough go, I would say, in the fourth quarter for the Rock. But even on the goaltending side, Cam McLeod was really, really solid here, which is a good sign for the Roughnecks,
played well,
I think.
And with, Del Bianco possibly or probably not coming back, Cam McLeod could be that number one guy.
And Colby Bowman also showed very well in his 15 minutes in the fourth quarter also. So training camp will continue for the Toronto Rock here on Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. It has been an absolutely electric training camp, to be honest with you, Shani. The first couple of sessions, they actually did blue and white scrimmages, like I was saying earlier on in tonight's broadcast. So basically, for those in attendance, we kind of got to watch a couple of lacrosse games in training camp here. They played two 20-minute halves with referees and the whole bit here, so it was great to see. But Calgary Roughnecks, full marks for the win here tonight at the track. And Shanny, you'll be back on the call next Saturday night.
I'll be back next week. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm not sure who's calling the game yet. I don't know if it'll be me or somebody else, but we'll see. It was a pleasure calling the game with you and getting back in the saddle, absolutely, for sure here. So, again, final score tonight, the Calgary Roughnecks win this one 14-11 over the Toronto Rock. For the entire crew and for Brian Shanahan, I'm Mike Hancock saying good night, and check us out next Saturday night again on the Rock's YouTube channel. Good night.